I wanted to put this little clip together in the off season so we can talk about this and think about this before our next season. But I want to start really focusing on our mauling game even more. Now, originally when I brought this idea up, I got a lot of flack from the team because they said it was like old or antiquated and nobody does it anymore. But what I've done is I've taken clips from just this week of mauling, and you'll see that it's coming back hard and strong because nobody's really using it anymore, so they're not very good at defending against it. And you'll see the international clubs are bringing it back. I'm going to start with a clip from South Africa getting ready to play England, and they're interviewing England, and England is saying what they're scared of is South Africa's maul. So check this out.
They were a bit seduced about wanting to play modern rugby, whatever that is, playing with width, playing from side to side, but they've gone back to being a side that, they've got the most dominant maul in world rugby now. In the rugby championship, I think statistically they had the best defence.
So there the England coach is talking about how worried he is about having to deal with South Africa because they're mauling so good and they're no longer playing, quote, modern rugby. I want to start comparing some mauls that happened this week in international play to what our mauls look like. And then we can compare and contrast and see where we need to go. So this is the recent New England versus New Zealand game, and you'll see England takes the ball and drives it forward consistently. They keep their maul together. Look how far they go. Also notice how low they are. Besides the people that are jacked up in the front, the people adding are very low and they're in a ruck position. So let's compare this to our line out, same thing, and let's look at our driving position.
That slice scored. That's how Marino.
Here's another example. The England women do this to the USA team. Off a line out, they drive it, now it becomes a maul, but look how low they are and how they keep re-entering low and pushing forward. Here we intercept their line out, but instead of really driving a maul, we kind of just wrestle it back with our hands and we're standing straight up and down. Although we do work it out, we lost the opportunity to start a driving maul. This clip kind of shows you what you can do with just like a 4-man maul. That you don't need all 8 in. You can start driving and people can join in and move the maul forward. Even though they don't score here, they do move a good 10 meters down the pitch just mauling, and it sets the back line up. Also, many times they collapse the maul defending it, and you get awarded a penalty. Here let's look at our maul in open field. We set it well, but then we're all standing straight up, so we're not getting any driving power. Even when the maul continues to move dynamically and somebody pops out, you're not getting anywhere because everybody's standing straight up. So here's another example of the Black Ferns from this week. They're taking on the US, and they're doing a full line-out drive, which we practice, but look how much lower they are compared to where we are. And if they accidentally stand up, they just pull back in and get low again, and they just keep driving until they're in the try zone. So we almost have it. We're doing a lot of things right. Like even here where we do mauling and roll off the side and score, we're still really high. Like we're not winning that drive. We just rolled it out good. So I think the one major thing, we could get really good at this if we start getting low when we drive. That is the message to take away from all this.
Yeah.
So even though next season is a few months away, We never really had a chance to do any sort of film study with this last game, and this is the big thing I would take away from this is to this little chunk here about mauling. I'd like to get a lot better at it, and hopefully these clips inspire you guys that next season when we start, we work on really getting low and driving them and making mauling a much bigger part of our game. I'll try to send more clips of a film study maybe later on in the month, just to keep you guys thinking rugby through the winter. Anyway, enjoy your winter. Oh, and stay in shape. Go running.